Hey True Believers, Teen here, and I want to talk about how many people are saying, or they do say, I want the Fantastic Four back, and exactly why I'm afraid of that happening. But before we get into that, let me remind you to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of the cool stuff that happens around these parts, like Comic Book Thunderdome every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This is where we put two geeks against each other in debating their knowledge and love of the comic book industry. Alright, so once again, Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, Comic Book Thunderdome. And if you don't mind helping the channel out, go on over to Patreon, drop $1 in the till, links in the description below. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and from here on in, let's talk about some Fantastic Four. One thing I constantly hear is, I want the Fantastic Four back. Bring back the Fantastic Four. Where is Reed and Sue and the kids? I want the team back together, and I'm thinking, no, not now, not yet. We cannot have this. Why? Because the modern day artists and writers have no sense of history. They have no sense of love for the comic book characters and the history of these comic book characters. They seem so bent on putting their own spin on things that they forget who the characters are. It's not so long ago that the Fantastic Four were described as Marvel's first dysfunctional family. They are not a dysfunctional family. They are a family. Families fight. That doesn't make them dysfunctional. You can't be that close with somebody and not occasionally rub up against them the wrong way. It's just going to happen. Doesn't mean that the family doesn't still love each other. And I've said before that the modern day artists and writers would just so want to make them so relevant that Reed and Sue would no longer be married and Johnny and Ben would be gay for each other. Thankfully, Chip Zdarsky has not gone that route during the Marvel 2-in-1, but I still don't trust that they would keep Reed and Sue together. I truly don't. And there is now evidence showing exactly how bad it can be when artists and writers want to make a character relevant, yet they don't understand the core of the character. Never before has that ever been full on in display than with Dazzler. Man, I love the Disco Goddess. I really do. Man, I remember when I was young, I picked up Dazzler #2, and it just blew me away. First of all the superheroes were in it. And that was just a lot of fun. But I liked the character, and I followed her. All 40 issues of the original, starting with issue 2. Yeah, I didn't make it to issue #1. Not just at this time, but when I picked this up, man, I knew I dug this character. I had to find out more about her, and I read this one. I got all the subsequent issues as I tried to hunt down a Dazzler #1. Believe me when I say, when this first came out, it was a hot issue. It never, of course, broke the bank. But, well, you know, $5 for a comic book at that time was a lot, and that's how much the comic book shop around me had to find. Anyway, I am trailing off like old guys do. I remember also hunting down her first appearance, and that, my friend, was a find, because that was in the X-Men. X-Men 130, yeah. And you know what? No, but I don't care. You could love the X-Men all you want. You could say, hey, I saw the cartoon. Nah, nobody loved the X-Men like an 80s kid. That's because that was the Claremont Baron run, the Claremont. Just that cool time. But anyway, I am so digressing here. Point being is, Dazzler really is a character of her time. Take her out of the disco era, and she doesn't work. That's not entirely true. A good writer can make any character work, and she almost did in the 90s with this look here. You definitely recognize it from the video game. I mean, that's where they came up with the design. It was designed for the video game, and then it ended up being in the comic books. I think this is the second best, but man, they go downhill from here. The heavy metal Dazzler, where the freaking hell is Dazzler here? This was in the Ultimates, the Ultimate X-Men and such. Man, it didn't work for me. I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that, you know, I got the character, I like the original, blah, 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 yada, yada. Don't change. I'm old. I don't like change. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But otherwise, yeah, that doesn't work for me. Bendis did this to her. Hey, he's going to be on Superman, gang. Look what he did to Dazzler. Alrighty, that's enough. And then we have her A-Force years. Yay! Modern day. Yay! Can you tell me why Why the shaved side head? Why are you shaving the sides of the heads on every freaking female? Hey, look, I'm tough. Why shave the side of that, or just one side of the head? Oy vey. This brings me to the real reason I'm here. Dazzler's getting a one-shot, yo. Yep. And I don't know how to feel about this. On one hand, I look at the design. Yeah, she's gone punk, but it's got the original in the back, so maybe it pays homage to the past. Sorry, I'm gonna leave that in. Screw it. Anyway, the write-up says the one-shot finds Dazzler leading a new band involved in the Brooklyn punk scene. Here's the story summary provided by Marvel. It's all glitter and glamour in the underground punk scene until Dazzler stumbles upon a part of her world that's dangerous and violent. Now it's up to Dazzler to protect her dedicated Inhuman fans, even if doing so means that she has to turn to her own past for clues and answers. Now, I know she's a mutant, and as a matter of fact, she was hurt by the Cloud during the Inhuman versus X-Men crap. Anyway, oh, hey, here's a plus. They're giving Dazzler to Mags Visaggio. So, another reason to be afraid. Now, granted, Mags can write. When she wants to, she can write. So, yeah, there's that thing. I just did that review of Eternity Girl. That was pretty good. That was actually done well. So, on the other hand, we know that Mags can't write as well. So, it's a mixed bag, and I don't know which Mags we're going to get. And just like all of the other Fresh Start announcements, they let the artist or writer talk a little bit, and Mags had this to say. Dazzler has always been one of my favorite X-Men and one of the most sadly underutilized. Excuse me. She's been wandering for so long, and I'm excited to help bring her back to her musical roots and the X family. Anyone who knows my work knows how much I love the frontline women who quite literally rock. And I hope me and Laura can bring some of that same energy and positivity to Dazzler. The problem being is they're all drawn the same. Seriously, if you put all of the Visaggio protagonists against each other, they would look all the same. Seriously. All the freaking same. I kind of got scared when I saw Dazzler in the A-Force. I'm like, that's not Dazzler. I don't care who you said. That is not Dazzler. No, that's not my disco goddess. That's just my opinion. What is yours? Oh, and by the way, for the record, I don't like disco, but I did like Dazzler. But what's your opinion? Are you looking forward to a Dazzler one-shot? Yay, nay, is it the whole, yeah, but it's Mags hit you with a baseball bat, Visaggio, so I ain't buying it? Let me know in the comments below. Also, what do you think about really giving Marvel back the Fantastic Four? Not that we can give it to them, it's theirs, but put that in the comments section below as well. Also, if you like this video, like I said before, click like, share, get word about the channel out, and don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss anything, because cool things happen around these parts. Don't forget Comic Book Thunderdome every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can help support the channel by going on over to Patreon. Links in the description below. Drop $1 in the till and join the great graphic novel giveaway. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.